my god, I'm belated. I'm sorry. I was talking with my customer. I was like, oh wait, it's 2 minutes after 4. What? Hi, hello, good afternoon, or whatever time of day it is for you. Hello, Benyu. Today we have a little bit of a short stream, but I wanted to do it nevertheless because, you know, I consider myself an anime content creator, so, you know, even though I fucking hate those Damas awards, I do them each year. It's like a toxic relationship between me and Crunchyroll Anime Awards, and like I just cannot leave this toxic relationship. I just keep coming back every single time. Hello, Edis! Hi! Guys, it's Edis. She drew this lovely art of me on the announcement about Demi Pact. That's her! That's her! That's the talented goober out there! So yeah, today... Today, wait, where is this? Okay, there it is. Today, we're going to focus on my votes on Crunchyroll Anime Awards, which are the best votes and the only right votes, of course, because I know everything about anime, and my judgment is always the most important one. Believe me, totally. Sheepsin, hello! Lance, hi! Stop supporting Crunchyroll. They're trying to have the monopoly on distribution of anime in the West. Lance, I don't know if shitting on Crunchyroll constantly and just doing one stupid voting a year is supporting Crunchyroll. I'm not even watching anime on this website. So, if you think advertising it is kind of a support, that's kind of valid, but at the same time, chill. We all know that there are options to watch anime in a way you don't support any of the websites anyways. So I don't know. I don't see issues with that. Wait, let me make myself a little bit bigger. I think you see enough. I can be a little bit bigger. Thank you very much. Put myself out there. I put myself up there for now because you can see easier what nominees order. So yeah, this year is better. Let me be the judge of that. I don't trust you guys. Genuinely, I don't trust you. I feel like you're being overly optimistic. I don't trust Crunchyroll Anime Awards. Last year, I've been disappointed. The year before last, I was disappointed. There was not a year when I wasn't disappointed. So, do I expect much from this year? No, not at all. I barely expect anything, really. But, well, let's see, okay? Let's see. I don't know. We have 24 categories. I see vote progress. We're going from back all the way to front because I think, like, the... by the end, there are the least interesting things to vote for, or at least usually it is like that. So we're going all the way from the back and going back to the first category. Starting off definitely is better than last year's. What, is there less solo leveling and Demon Slayer? I'm not so sure about that. Okay. So without further ado, because like I want to wrap it up ASAP, I don't want to give too much time to Crunchyroll, you know, because Lance will be upset if I do that. Apparently, a year ago it was Sanjin Awards, but they forgot to remind it. I hated last year awards, but it is what it is, you know. But this year we will. I doubt that there won't be solo leveling in at least. I don't know. I'll give it 8 categories. I did not check. I did not check previously. It's the first time I'm looking through those. So that's an important information probably for you. I don't know what to expect, but what I expect for sure is like 8 categories. I will be counting 8 categories for solo leveling. I don't know if there's going to be this many, but I would be surprised. I would be surprised. We'll see. We'll see. If it will be close to 8, I would still count it as my win anyway. So, starting off with the with the category that I don't care about at all because I don't watch anime with dubbing. once it happened, we watched what? Lazarus first episode in English, and it was a disaster. Apparently my cousin, who just started watching anime with her boyfriend, prefers in English, which does not surprise me. She has not grown up to watch anime with me, so her older sister is more refined, even though she doesn't watch anime anymore, but she was like, I would never. So at least, even though she doesn't watch it anymore, at least she still has respect towards the medium. Morgan Berry, your vote. Okay. Let's go one after the other. Let's go from the back, because usually the first is like the most popular. We have Paul Castor Jr. as Hikaru from The Summer Hikaru Died. I gotta say, I could see this role would need to have like better voice acting, because like not only this character is not exactly human, but also he should build up this kind of like feeling of disturbance within you, you know, uneasiness and all of that. So I feel like if you played this role right, you could add so much with your voice acting. But once again, I didn't hear any of those dubbings. I'm sorry. I know how Deku sounds in English, and I see him up there, but let's go one by one. So, did Paul Castro do a good job? I have no freaking clue. But I would say Hikaru is kind of a character that you can play with your voice acting quite a lot to make things sound better. Anime Awards, they should make SWOG Awards for the most SWOG piece of media. You know what, Dawn? Yeah, you're so right for that. You're so right for that. No, it would be like Aura Farming Awards, basically. Next one, we have Morgan Berry with Shiori Fuyumura from Sanda. I have not finished watching Sanda even in Japanese. I've watched like what, first 4 to 3 episodes, and I didn't want to watch it any further. The concept itself wasn't bad. I just feel like the execution of the pacing was lacking, and it just like the story, I couldn't immerse myself in it, and that was the biggest problem, because like I see the characters having potential, I see the story having shit tons of potential, but it just doesn't add up together. So now, does this character, Shiori, would she have quite a lot of moments to voice act properly? She has those moments where she's quite emotional, her voice tremble. I think the Japanese voice actor was the same voice actor that voiced the aunt in Journal with the Witch. And I love this voice actor in Japanese, but I do not remember the moments in first 4 episodes where she would be like, you know, she would have like moments to not be stoic. Because this character is very stoic. She's like, she can act batshit insane, but I do not remember this character going like batshit insane with voice. We checked on her. She seemed to not be anything special, I think, but we saw only few scenes. Okay. So you were checking it out. Oh, that's good to know. I personally wouldn't vote from what I know about the show, right? Because like I cannot go another way like around it when I do not watch anime in English. I can only imagine who had the biggest possibility to do something unique. Then we have Lucien Dodge with Akaza. You know, it's your typical villain. He can yell a lot, he can cry a little bit in his backstory, because obviously every single demon has a sad backstory, so Tanjiro can forgive them after he kills them or something. Honestly, I don't know. It's a weird choice. Why Akaza specifically? I feel like there would be so many more characters that could have... I don't know, more potential. Even freaking voice actor for Zenitsu. You may hate Zenitsu, but Zenitsu has like a lot of moments where he's like goes from his dumbass annoying self to full-on serious mode. Like, you know, the changes within your voice that you have to make it work, even though I hate Zenitsu. It's more impressive than just, you know, be your usual villain. So I wouldn't vote on Akaza, Lucien Dodge either. But once again, I did not watch Infinity Castle movie. I've only read manga at this point. But I do not remember Akaza being like any... I don't know. Nothing really looked that spectacular in manga, to be honest, so... I may be forgetting things, but I was not impressed. I couldn't find a moment when she talks. Yeah, that says a lot then about Morgan Berry. Then we have Justin Briner. Of course, it's like final season Hero Academia, so we could say, oh my god, role of his life, you know, because it's the finale. But I feel like Deku is always the same. Every single season, every movie, he yells the same lines. He is emotionally with the same lines. He's basically like, you know, he's the most generic, or one of the most generic protagonists you could ever get. And you cannot do much about that. Like, I don't think, just because it's a final season, I wouldn't feel like Justin Briner adds up to something what he already hasn't shown before. So honestly, I don't see it. Then we have Amy Lowe with Mao Mao. I already said it last year, because last year we also had quite a lot of Apothecary Diaries, just the first season instead of second season. Once again, I don't think anything changed with Mao Mao. She's always like pretty stoic and then get a little bit excited when it's all about poisons, and that's about it. There were no performances that I would feel like, oh my god, this is the moment where the voice actor could shine. So not really, I don't see potential for that one to have something special. Not like people care about, like, you know how people judge. Either they like voice actor because they are very, you know, active in social media, or they're just voting for someone who they like the character of, and that's how you vote. I'm trying to be logical at that. That doesn't mean shit in those in those votings. And then we have Alexis Tipton, which is the voice actress for Reze. That's interesting. Honestly, I gotta say, if I were to choose one character from Chainsaw Man movie who had like the most the biggest role to go crazy with the voice, I would, my god, I forgot his name, but I would get the shark guy. You know, like he is batshit insane. You can do so. What was his name, guys? Do you remember? I feel so bad. It's been, I've watched it like what, in December? Did we watch it in December? And I don't remember his name anymore. Fake anime fan. Kobeni was crazy with her voice. Yeah, but Kobeni didn't have that big of a role in this movie. Beam was the name. I think like if I were to choose one character that could go batshit insane, it would be Beam. Don't get me wrong, like Reze as a character, I think that's a fun character, but she doesn't really change much with her voice, you know? She's always like boom, and then she's like, come here Denji, blah blah blah, you know? In January, okay, January, December, same shit. So personally, I think if someone had a chance to do something with a voice to have bigger impact on how in the end the scenes are being you know, taken from the audience, how the audience could react to the scene, it would be Hikaru's role. But that's just my logical thinking, you know? You don't have to agree, you have to, like, in this one I'm just voting out of like logic who could have done the best. Can imagine that as being interesting acting wise. In a way I could, but I feel like Hikaru is a little bit stronger. Like he can do a little bit more. One-on-one, that's true, that's very much true. You don't always have one-on-one transcription from Japanese, but most of the time, well, at least from what I've seen, which I didn't see much, to be honest, but I've never seen the changes in English being made well enough for me to be impressed. So for me, I'm going to vote for Paul Castro Jr. Will he win? I doubt. I bet. Honestly, I cannot bet. It's like either Demon Slayer or Hero Academia, probably. Maybe Alexis, actually, but I don't know. I think it's like the battle between Demon Slayer and Hero Academia. And Hero Academia would probably like win things just because it's the final season. No one really cares that much about this story anymore. Hikaru could kill easily. Teze was trying whole film and still couldn't. That's kind of true. Okay, let's go to the next one, which is probably, yeah, best voice artist performance Japanese. And now I can do something because well, out of all of those, I didn't really watch last season of Hero Academia, but I do know Hero Academia dubbing. And I didn't watch second season of Apothecary Diaries, but I have watched first 7 episodes of first season, so I can more or less know how the voice actors are. So here we have Reina Ueda as Reze. Once again, Reze, holy shit. Yeah, as I said, personally, I think like she's a strong choice. She's a strong choice, I think. I didn't mind her voice, but once again, like there was not a moment where I felt like there wasn't a single moment with her that I felt like this is the moment where I feel like I'm fully immersed, you know? Like, she did a great job, but everyone in Japan does great job unless they have some sloppy-ass anime that they don't care about. How strong is One Piece here? Very. I think, considering... Since the moment Mayumi Tanaka started voicing Luffy, obviously... You could say she's been voicing him for years and years. The thing is, I feel like with Gear 5th, which you can see on the picture that I'm kind of covering with myself, but it would be awkward for me to... I mean, I can go in the mid... Oh, I can go in here. That will be unique experience for you guys. For the first time, you have me at the very middle of the screen. Well, not very middle, actually. It's like more on the left, but whatever. I would say it's a pretty strong role. I personally, you may not agree with me. What would be your pick in this category? In this category. But like, what would I nominate? Or you were asking me already out of the 6 of them that are here? That's the voice actor must have become soulless to voice act her. I mean, she had this kind of like... She didn't feel exactly soulless. I liked the twist of her being at first like kind of sweet, like had this sweetness within her voice, but then only turned into like this murdering machine whose only objective is to capture Denji. But I don't think the change in her voice was that drastic for me to be impressed. My nominee from 20... Wait, let me check what anime we had in 2025 and I'll tell you. I already told you, if I were to choose someone from Chainsaw Man only, I would choose Beam. And I think Beam was amazing in his role. I gotta say, Beam was amazing. Let me check real quick. I'm just going to go through more or less what happened. If I see something that I would say, oh yeah, this one I gotta say, okay, one would Kamen Rider count? I would take someone from Kamen Rider, not gonna lie. Someone from Kamen Rider would be fantastic. Someone from Kamen Rider would be fantastic. I don't know if I would take protagonist or like either from Kamen Rider I would choose. I don't know if it would count because it finished airing in winter technically, right? So it could have. I would either go with Tojima or the one who was V3. Eventually the Yakuza guy. One of the 3 of them, they could work very well. From Yano-kun, Yoshida and her Yano-kun screams every episode that felt a little bit different from one another. That was good. I'm looking through. Oh, Digimon Beat Break. Listen, I genuinely... Maybe Gekkomon even? I don't know, I think it's more interesting. Takopi? I did not watch Takopi, that's the problem. I read Takopi, so I don't know exactly. Man, I wish I knew what you were talking about. Well, you don't know anime? I appreciate that you're still there then, because like, imagine jumping onto like the stream and be like, yeah, I don't watch anime, and I'm literally like watching the stream about anime. Okay, come on, yeah. You can have Windbreaker if you want. I don't think this season there was any particular Windbreaker character that got me. I know Tsubaki-chan was there, but I don't think any of the character had like a great enough role for me to be like, yes, you. I don't think that was the peak performance. I think maybe in next season, if it comes out, Sakura could be a great contender. Not gonna lie. Oh my god, no. You know what? No, the winner, the true winner. How do we not have Jabber here? Jabber would be ultimate winner. Jabber from Gachiakuto. That's the simple. Don't tell me you got any stronger nominee than Jabber. Nah, Jabber should be there. Jabber should be here. Genuinely, Jabber should be here. His voice acting, bro, absolute cinema. That was peak of voice acting. Yeah, that's the no-brainer. That's a no-brainer. Because it still counts, right? Gachiakuta finished airing, so it could be nominated, right? Jabber won KFC Brazil Awards. Something, in my opinion. I don't know, I just feel like, you know, Jabber would be a winner. So then we have Denji, Kikunosuke Toya. Once again, surprised that there is no Beam, because honestly, even though Beam was not the main character, he still was quite an important part of the movie. And he had enough of the lines to be there, but apparently, you know, we are only focusing on main characters. Deku once again, Daiki Yamashita, but I don't think Daiki Yamashita did anything unique because, like, you know, I did not watch Hero Academia, but I did read manga, and I do know that it's like the same things that have been there before, you know, emotional talk, extreme fighting, and then happy ending. Like, nothing new. We have Chiaki Kobayashi, which I really like this voice actor, but he's pretty constant with his voice acting. Because like when I first heard Yoshiki, the first character I thought of was Langa from Skate. So I was like, this is the same voice acting. So even though he could add so much to it, because like panic attacks and all of that happens in this anime, he could have went a little bit more batshit, but I don't think he did. I do not remember. You're just a funny person, so I tag along anyway, even if I don't watch anime. Oh, that's actually sweet, Dawn. I appreciate that, man. Thank you. That's a huge compliment, you know. Jackie was okay. I think you can't beat Reza with Fanda. Like Luffy is something new. Yeah, Luffy is not. The thing with Luffy is that I feel like with his Gear 5th specifically, which we didn't see much in Wano, and we see much more in Egghead, because of his like voice acting is a little bit different. I mean, Mayumi Tanaka's hers voice acting is a bit different with Luffy when he's in Gear 5th, and that's what I appreciate about it. And then we have Aoyuki as Mao Mao again. That's hard, because honestly, I don't think anyone really deserved this award. I don't think anyone deserves this award, because like they're all on equal level. Genuinely. It's a battle of voice actors or a battle of characters, really. You know what? I'm going to vote for Chiaki, even though he's pretty, once again, pretty constant with his voice acting. I could sense when he was like uneasy, had some fear in his voice, you know? I feel like his delicate voice worked harder in this series than he usually works. But that's stretching it out a little bit. So I'm going to go with Chiaki. Even though I didn't finish watching The Summer Hikaru Dies, but I still feel like voice acting wise, I feel like they had more focus on the voice in this anime. Because it's quite a quiet anime in a way. Like the story is pretty quiet. Like they prefer to show more than tell. And when they say something, it has a little bit more impact than like when you speak in shonen. You could say the same thing about Chainsaw Man, because like it's also like had a meaning, the dialogues, even though sometimes they might have sounded dumb. But that was intentional. But I don't know. I feel like Yoshiki in here. It was supposed to be fast. Ah, right, because it goes... This is so stupid. They shouldn't have done that. I need to go back. Okay, best ending sequence. Ending sequence... Design and music to delight and surprise. So we also count visuals, right? Okay, okay. So we have an Apex. First, soul leveling mention. Genuinely, I don't know how the ending looks. I think I've heard it once or twice. For me, TK's peak was Unravel, and then none other songs of his, I guess, hit me as hard as Unravel. Obviously, Unravel now is more of a meme, but you know, it's still a good song. And ironically, I don't know how the ending looks like. I don't know how it looks. I mean, I could check. Wait, let me. I just need to mute it so you won't hear. Solo leveling ending 2. Let me just like look at the visuals. Okay, he's running barefoot. That's the ending. I'm just like jumping through to see. I mean, it doesn't look bad, but the 3D, it's kind of lazy. It's not... I mean, you know, I'm always going to be against soul leveling, so... In endings, bad choices. Kawaii Kawaii. I know in Kawaii Kawaii a lot of people love the animation. The song itself, though, wasn't really anything special for me. I think I will choose Dan Da Dan. I don't know. Let me see. Then we have I from Bump of Chicken. I don't know how the ending looks like. Once again, I did listen to it. But I haven't seen the animation, so let me just quickly check out how the animation looks like, if there's anything special. No, it's just baby Deku. And it's the entire story of how Deku... Okay, that's boring. That's very cheesy and classic for a final season, so that's not impressing me. The song is great, though. I love Bump of Chicken. Then we have Dukashiteru. I like this song. I like Word's song. It's not my favorite ending. I did like it, but I don't think I like it to the point. Visuals were pretty fun. I don't think they were as fun as the opening, though. Like, I remember them dancing, and it had like kind of hyper-realistic classroom background. I don't know if they were dancing or just like doing some moves. But that was it, really. The Beautiful Colors by One Republic. I love this song, so let me see. I don't remember the ending, how it looked like. Let me see the visuals. I remember there were like characters standing everywhere, and then they brought color to them, because first they are emo, and then like there's some, yeah, very cheesy. My god. And then we have Actor from Spy Family. I would choose Detectives Are Crazy one. It's the best one of this year. There are definitely better endings than those that were nominated. I just... this ending will stay. It didn't stay with me. I forgot about it entirely until you brought it up. But yeah, wait. Spy Family ending. Let me check Spy. I did not listen to the ending much. Wait, this is not the one. Which one? What the season 3 that was? Yeah, actor. Give me that. Show me that. I mean, it's very classic, typical for Spy Family. Visual-wise, I would say Dan Da Dan wins. The song, I prefer Beautiful Colors. But if we were going to put everything together, I think the most enjoyable ending watch would be Dokashiteru from Wurst for Dan Da Dan Season 2, so my vote goes there. You were right, Benyo. It was a hard choice, though. My god. Let me... Thank you. Best opening sequence. Okay. Oh my god. It's getting harder and harder. It's getting harder. Wait, I don't like how I'm in the middle of it all. It feels awkward. You have to... So we have Watch Me from Witch Watch, Yoasobi. Visual-wise, it was amazing. I loved it. The song itself was also pretty cool. I mean, it was pretty catchy. I don't know, it was like... It went to this area of like, it's catchy, but at some point it starts to annoy me. But visual-wise, it was very strong. Then we have the Revo. Pornograffiti, which I do remember how it looks more or less. It looks like every single fucking My Hero Academia opening, which is them fighting each other. That's about it. The song is fine. I like Pornograffiti, but I think Pornograffiti has much better songs than this one. This one, I don't like the chorus much. Opening was good, but I broke it completely. Yeah, but we're only focusing on the opening, so I could even vote for Soul Leveling, which Lisa is honestly... I feel like Soul Leveling, for some reason, digs out old as fuck singers. Like, I mean, Hiroyuki Sawano keeps on working, so I don't know if that counts, but honestly, Hiroyuki Sawano in here is not, for me, that special. Then you have TK... Lisa, let me check how it looked though, because I don't remember. Wait, where the fuck is my... Oh man, where did I was here. Show me the opening. I want the opening. Arise from the shop. Of course, in the title there's typical edgy shonen-esque opening. Okay, well, I see. You're not impressing me. The song, yeah, I'm tired of Lisa. I'm sorry. Lisa had her moment. She needs to step down. Then we have On the Way. Amazing visuals, amazing song, very strong contender. Mirage. I love Creepy Nuts, but personally, I prefer when Creepy Nuts are making rap songs rather than this kind of like Latino tunes. I do know a lot of people prefer Latino tunes of Creepy Nuts. I personally am not one of those people. So as much as I like this song, I don't like it enough to be like, yes, this would be my winner in here. And the visuals, from what I remember, because I've seen the opening, they were once again very similar to the previous openings of Call of the Night, I guess. So wasn't very impressed with that. And then we have Gats Yakuta with Hugs, Pale Dusk, and I gotta say, maybe like visual wise, it's not everywhere perfect, but I think it fits the vibe of the anime the best. The song is the biggest banger out there, not gonna lie. Like, there is no competition when it comes to the song, even though I love On the Way, and I like Mirage, and I like Watch Me, and I like Revo. The Awaker, not so much. It's not Soul Leveling's fault, it's Lisa's fault this time. Oh, and a second Soul Leveling nomination, by the way. 6 more to go. So yeah, I'm going to vote for Gachi Yakuta. This opening was probably... Could it have been the best opening of the year? It could have been. It could have been. Yeah, absolutely. Nah. For me, Mirage is the weakest out of them all. Especially when we're talking about opening sequence visually. As well. Best score. So in here we only judge soundtrack, right? Apothecary Diaries, this is a sequel, so it has the same, or more or less the same vibes as the first season, right? It didn't really impress me. I don't remember any single track that was there. I watched 7 episodes, so I would say it's quite a lot to have a judgment of that. Then we have Solo Leveling with, once again, Hiroyuki Sawano. I love Hiroyuki Sawano, but I feel like with Solo Leveling, Hiroyuki Sawano did copy-paste, just change it a little bit from what I've already done. Like, I feel like Hiroyuki Sawano did much better job in To Be Hero X, and obviously Opus Magnum of Hiroyuki Sawano, from my personal opinion, they don't have to agree with that, is of course Attack on Titan. This was the most unique piece of track that Hiroyuki Sawano made. So I wouldn't vote. This is the 3rd nomination for Soul Leveling, by the way, guys. I'm counting. Then we have Gachi Yakuta, and I gotta say, Taku Iwasaki, first time I'm hearing about you. I don't know what you did. Actually, you know what? I'm going to check. But I gotta say, Taku Iwasaki made such a unique experience when it comes to soundtrack. Oh, he made JoJo's song. Okay. Okay, that's it. Now that explains a lot. Gurren Lagann. That's why it sounded familiar. Soul Eater. Katanagatari. Insane. And for some reason also Noragami and Nakama ga Kill. Yeah, we should not talk about those two. Holy shit. That's why it sounded kind of familiar, but at the same time it felt unique. I don't know. I feel like Gachi Yakuta's soundtrack has such a unique vibe to it. Like, you hear it and you know it's Gachi Yakuta. Even though you could have like kind of similar soundtracks, you will be able to immediately say this is Gachi Yakuta. And I know one of the tracks got extremely popular as well. Couldn't vote for Gachi Yakuta. Why? Then we have Demon Slayer. I like the track from Infinity Castle, the main track from Infinity Castle. I will admit that. But other than that, I don't think any other soundtrack is like remarkable enough. And I did listen a little bit to Demon Slayer soundtrack because I do believe that Demon Slayer actually has a very strong and well done soundtrack in general. It's just, you know, it keeps like being, it's like out of all of them, you look at all of those series and the only thing that's not a sequel is Gachi Yakuta. Then we have Dandadan Season 2, which I love Dandadan Season 1 soundtrack. And I think it's one of the strongest soundtracks in anime. But I don't remember any unique... Maybe Evil Eye had like one unique soundtrack, but I can barely remember it. Well, the soundtrack when they were fighting with the composers was cool. And I don't know how you can count the concert track if it's part of soundtrack or not. I doubt it is. But overall, I feel like first season had stronger track than the second one. My viewing experience was destroyed by Mori Calliope fight songs between scissors and hair. Here is Chainsaw. And then there was Chainsaw Man, which had a beautiful soundtrack. And it knew what soundtrack to use at what points. There were emotional soundtrack, battle soundtrack. It's just like, when it comes to music, it fit perfectly with the scene. Every single scene. And that's probably the biggest issue I had with Gachi Yakuta, that sometimes the soundtrack just didn't match what's happening on screen. And that was my biggest issue with Gachi Yakuta, and that's probably the reason why I'm going to vote for Chainsaw Man. If I were to put them one by one, I would say like number 1 Chainsaw Man, number 2... I would say Demon Slayer. And number 3, Dandadan. Number 4, Gachi Yakuta. 5, Hiroyuki Sawano, and 6, Apothecary Diaries, because I don't remember a singular soundtrack from there. Chainsaw very strong, yep. Voting for Chainsaw. And now I have to go back again. This is annoying. They should have done that. Best anime song! Okay, so we have In Bloom, which I barely remember. Is it an opening? We're talking about song only, no visuals. I like the first opening of second season more. I love first opening of second season is one of my favorite anime openings ever. Not gonna lie, I've been addicted to this. This one though, not so much. Then we have Iris out. I think it was one of the most powerful songs that came out last year. Hi, Cincy, hello! Jane Doe, I barely remember this song from this movie though. Like, it was at the end, right? I think. So, personally, for me, it was... Let's also Kenshi Yonazu with Hikaru Utada, which I love both of them, don't get me wrong. I really like this song, but I feel like Iris Out was way more catchy and stay with you for much, much longer. On the Way, fantastic song as well. I love listening to it. Watch Me, I already said, it was fine until it started to get a little bit annoying. And then Lisa, unfortunately, because she has done so many openings at a certain point of time when it comes to anime, her voice tires me. That's why my vote goes for Iris Out. Very basic ass choice, I know. I'm not proud of myself, but I gotta follow my heart, guys. Go back. I hate this category. Must protect at all cost character. I hate it because they always put the same characters. I swear to God. Anya! Like 5th time in a row, probably. Okay, going one after the other. First we have Takopi, which, you know what? You can say whatever. Takopi annoyed me until the very end of the series. This was an annoying character. Honestly, I would have rather kicked him out of Earth than protect him. Not gonna lie. Technically, I do watch anime. If you're not one of those people who are anime origins in Japan, my favorite anime is Donald Duck. You know, because when you talk about... I'm not like this kind of person, but it's just like, you know, when you compare... the story writing, the narrative between Western animations and Eastern animations are so different that it's really hard to put them all together. You can, of course, but yeah, if you say your favorite anime is Donald Duck, then go for it. I'm not going to be a purist like, it's not an anime. I don't care. But also, which Donald Duck? There's not like a show called Donald Duck specifically, right? Like. Is there? I know there were like short kind of animations. There was like not a movie. Like you could say DuckTales 2017 or whatever the newer DuckTales came out or something like that. And then I would be like, okay, I know this series. When you say Donald Duck, it's so overall concept that I don't even know which series we're talking about. Kaoruko was cutesy. Kaoruko. My thing with Kaoruko is that she's a sweet girl. But she's a teenager. I never felt those kind of emotions towards a high school teenager. I don't know if you understand my feeling, right? Because like, well, she's almost an adult. She has almost a boyfriend. I don't know, because I watched like, what, 5 episodes and I gave up. I don't know, it's just like, she's sweet. But do I have like protective urges towards her? Not really. Not really. Hi, Erichke. Hi. If you must protect Kaoruko, go for it. She's a sweet girl. But I feel like not only she has like group of delinquents who she befriends that can protect her, but also her friend who's kind of visually aggressive towards others. Visually like her bitch face. So I feel like she doesn't need any more protection anymore. Your old kitty Frodo, he's adorable. Let's go. That's one. Unless he bites and scratches, then I wouldn't protect this little shit. Suika looks adorable though. I gotta say, I have not watched a single thing of, like, I've started reading Dr. Stone at some point, but I never like read too much. But I did see quite a lot of like videos, like compilations of Suika being like this kind of girl who's like, I'm going to work hard to fix it so everyone will be safe again, or something like that, more or less. I was like, my god, this child is precious. I don't know her, and I feel like she's precious, so genuinely, I'm considering her. Because genuinely, I feel like this is type of character that's like, she's a small girl, she's working, like trying her best to help others, even though she's just a small girl. I'm in love with Dr. Stone. I'm happy that you found a series that you're enjoying now. Suika's best girl ever. That's how they are presenting her to me, and honestly, I'm sold. My favorite manga is Dog Ningen. Speak, search it up after stream, trust. No, that sounds bad. For one reason or the other. I have to be protected because she's trying too much. You see, that's how they sold her to me, and I'm honestly like, yes, this is a character that I want to protect, but let's check the others. Mao Mao, she doesn't need protection. She's like, if she's in danger, she put it on herself, and honestly, she should. Because sometimes I feel like she's getting way too cocky, and this annoys me from her character. I'm not big fan of Mao Mao, genuinely. I don't think she's the worst character, but I feel like she never faces the consequences of her actions, in a way. Like, you know, it's like, oh, everything will sort itself out. Or like, I'm smarter than all of that and I will solve it somehow. And it's like, it kind of like gets into this sphere of she's becoming like this kind of character that doesn't have any serious flaws, and I don't like those kind of characters, so I wouldn't protect her. Izuku Midoriya, dude's also another one who's like never facing any consequences of his actions. Like, I don't want to protect him. He's literally trying to be edgy and all of that. I know like a lot of people were like, oh my god, my poor baby, he's stinky, he needs to shower in this last season or whatever, but I'm like, once again, that's another teenager, high school teenager. I don't have those urges with high school teenagers. And then we have Anya Forger, and as much as I love Anya, which you only see the giraffe because I'm covering Anya, I love Anya, but genuinely, like, Anya right now, she's living her best life, you know? She has family, even though like they still treat it like a mission. We all know that they don't. But like, she is protected already, you know? Like, right now, she's being a little shit. Like, I'm saying it positively, right? She's like a positive little shit. I love that. But I feel like right now, a kid from this show who needs to be protected more is Damian. Even though I'm pretty sure Anya had worse life up till when she was adopted, obviously. Damian keeps on having a bad life, and that's in present. I feel like we see Damian suffering more than Anya. That's why if they put Damian here, I would probably vote for Damian. But because Anya is fine, I'm protecting Suika. I don't know, it's probably spoiler, so I don't want to say that, but there was like one sequence of like manga panels that I've seen, and it made me tear up a little bit. I was like, no, baby girl, no! So I'm voting for Suika, even though I did not watch Dr. Stone. Suika best girl. You know what, Shipsin? I can believe that. Best supporting character, we have Torbo Baba, which admittedly in second season she has a little bit of a bigger role. She was a part of training arc and I loved her for that. And also her getting stuck in like some tarp or something like that was also very much fun. I really loved Turbo Granny in second season. Then we have Lulan Shisui. I don't even remember if she was in first season. I don't know. But yeah, we have also Jinshi, which I despise. I don't like Jinshi. Jinshi is like this type of character that I despise. So definitely not voting for him. We have Bakugo, which they gave him like quite a nice arc in here, but it's Bakugo. I would never vote for Bakugo. I don't like Bakugo. I don't think his redemption is strong enough for me to forgive him for all the shit he had done previously. So no, thank you. Let's censor Bakugo's face. It's annoying me. It's just, man, if Baku was built up differently, I would still probably not like him because he's a boring character for me. He's a boring character. Then we have Gigi, and I genuinely, I feel like Gigi is only there to be a vessel for Evil Eye, which I love. I love Evil Eye. And to be this rival in love for Okarun. And unfortunately, whereas at the beginning he has his own personality, later on we get more and more characters and he's getting lost, and he only serves this purpose of being a vessel for Evil Eye, and if it's needed, he's going to meddle in this romance of the show. So I don't know. He was more important in the second season, obviously, but I don't really feel Gigi personally that much. And then we have Engine. And let's face the truth, Engine didn't do shit. Engine just watched 90% of things happening. He didn't move a single finger. Gigi made me mad while watching, and like him, Engine didn't do shit. It's like, people who vote for him vote strictly because they like his looks or like they find him funny, which genuinely I like Engine, but as a side character, I would faster vote for Jabra or even fucking Zanka than I would have voted for Engine. Therefore, I'm voting for Turbo Granny. That's insane. Wait, we didn't have solo leveling in a while. That's kind of wild. Well, did solo leveling even have characters? Other than Sanjin-woo. Well, there we go, Sanjin-woo. Fourth, no, we are halfway there, guys. Out of 24, and we're halfway there for 8 nominations for solo leveling that I predicted. Yeah, Sanjin-woo, absolutely not. He's just an empty shell of a character that is aura farming and does nothing else. Rudo? I love Rudo. Why was Rudo not in must protect at all costs? Honestly, I kind of want to protect Rudo. Because he is a teenager, but he's more on the baby side of a teenager. And, like, I feel bad for him, this poor baby. I mean, maybe if he wasn't that edgy and that powerful, I would have stronger urges, but I love Rudo. I think Rudo is, like, one of the better protagonists when it comes to, like, shonen series. This year's Apothecary year. Once again, Mao Mao. No, I already talked about Mao Mao. I don't like Mao Mao that much. I don't think she's a bad character, but she's lacking some sort of... She has too much of plot armor, and I don't like that. Plot armor plus everything works out on her advantage, always. I don't like that. And then we have Okarun and Momo, and it happened once again, right? They put Okarun and Momo, and I dislike that because I can never know who out of the two I like more. It's like, I feel like they both serve their own purposes, and somehow I almost treat them as like one character in a way. It's like, don't get me wrong, there are individual characters, but I feel like as protagonists, they're on equal level. At least in season 2 they were for me. If I were to put someone higher, I probably would put Momo, because we rarely see female characters written in a way that doesn't annoy me, and Momo is written this way. Okarun is sweet, but I feel like he sometimes ends up being more generic than Momo. When we think about like shonen kind of protagonists. And then we have Izuku Midoriya, which... Once again, I feel like Izuku is too much of a Mr. Perfect guy. Don't get me wrong, like, he's not overpowered, he needs to, like, train and all, but he never faces consequences of his actions in a way. Once again, I said it like 5th time already, but the difference between him and All Might, who technically is very similar when it comes to the personality, is that All Might, due to his perfectionism and his kindness, made enough of mistakes, and we can see how those mistakes destroyed his life because of how he was. Deku doesn't have that, and that's the problem with his character. I mean, that's one of many problems of his character, but that's why I cannot really like him, because everything in the end works out for him. not everything, many things did not work out for All Might, and I feel like with Deku it's missing, like there was no thing you could say, oh, but this didn't happen the way he wanted. Yeah, sure, but in the end he reached that happy ending momentum, and it's lackluster. I'm voting for Rudo. I'm voting for Rudo. I like Rudo. He's cute. And I enjoy him. I enjoyed his fight with like a toilet plunger. That was fun. Best slice of life. We have Unsurely, Blue Box, City the Animation, My Dress Up Darling Season 2, Spy Family Season 3, and The Fragile Flower Blooms with Dignity. Unsurely, I enjoyed it, watched this entirely, but I gotta admit the second part was not as charming as the first part. I feel like they made some of the moments from the books longer that I didn't really care about, and they sped run moments that I felt would have felt more emotional if we just took a little bit more time to stand by those moments. So even though I enjoyed it, I don't think it's the strongest contender. Blue Box, yeah, I gave up after 3 episodes, so I cannot say much about it. City the Animation, that's a strong one. I loved that. I love City the Animation. It was fun, it was enjoyable. The characters, it's like at first you think everything is random, and a big part of Elements is still random, right? But those characters, they had stories behind them, and I was extremely sad when like the 2 best friends had to say goodbye to each other. That for me was like, oh my god, I cannot believe I'm almost crying at City the Animation. So this is Slice of Life, right? Slice of Life? Slice of Life, yeah. How many have you watched? Dear god, I've watched 2. I watched a lot. I watched at least 6 a season, Dawn. My Dress Up Darling Season 2, I did not watch it. When I watched first season, I enjoyed it, but then I started reading manga right after. And honestly, the further I read manga, the more boring it got for me, and the less invested I was in the story. I've seen some moments that were interesting later on in the story in manga, but it was much later on by the end of the manga. I was like, you know what, I'm not going to watch the second season. I would get bored. And I know a lot of people had also issue that for some reason anime got a little bit more focused on sexualization of Marin. I was like, well, it is what it is, I guess. I did not care much. Spy Family is I like Spy Family, but the issue with Spy Family is that there is too many filler episodes. Like, you know, I only come back to manga right now when it comes to Spy Family when the plot moves forward, and it's very rarely either that or something funny is happening in Anya's life, Anya specifically, because Anya's plotline, great. Lloyd's side quest, boring as hell. Your side quest, boring as hell. Side characters like Yuri or Fiona, I don't care about them. Just give me the plot, because even though the plot is pretty simplistic, it still gets you engaged, and you want to know the entire truth behind Anya's past and what Donovan Desmond is, who he is, or what he is once again. This is what's the interesting part about Spy Family, and also like the fun part about family bonding moments. They are fine if they're connected with the Yor's job and Lloyd's job, it's fine. But when we have episodes where it's like, oh, Lloyd is doing his job, like he has some side quest, this is boring. Those elements are boring. Give me either the entire family, only Anya and her classmates, or let's move plot forward, please and thank you. Don't know if Blue Box is more like romance anime than slice of life. I mean, they usually they put two. They probably put it in the another category as well. Same with The Fragile Flower Blooms with Dignity. The thing about it is you see, if it's about living your daily life, they are going to throw it into slice of life. Basically, that's how it works. The Fragile Flower Blooms with Dignity. My issue with this anime is that, you know, this couple is absolutely cute, but that's all that is to them. And for me, it's lacking. It doesn't have any spice. It's like the most bland flavor you can feel, and it's not exactly, you know, disgusting. it's not like it's not tasty, but it also is something very forgettable for me. Like, this couple could work as a side couple, but as a main couple, I'm bored watching them. It's like, I'm happy for them, they're cute and all, but I'm like, I'm not interested what's going to happen to you, because in the end, you will end up being together happily. So, yeah, like, their personalities for me personally weren't that interesting to watch, so I'm going to vote for CTD animation because, was it slice of life? I would say it's more of a comedy as well, but it had elements of slice of life. So, I'm voting for City. Best drama, and once again we have Anne Shirley, Blue Box, Orb! Poland, yes! Takopi's original scene, The Apothecary Diary Season 2, Summer, Hikaru died. Okay. Anne Shirley, was it a drama? Yes, it had elements of drama, but it was pretty lighthearted. Like, there was like one episode I cried, and another episode that was like pretty sad, but like most of the episodes felt more like a slice of life romance than drama. Blue Box, once again, didn't watch. Takopi, I don't even know how I would rate Takopi, but I did not watch anime, I read manga, and manga pissed me off. I did not like the ending at all. I stopped liking where the manga is going, but I was already, you know, I was already invested to watch to read the entire manga till the end, because it wasn't too long. I was like, okay, I'll read it till the end. But the further I went, the more annoyed I was at the story. So personally, I did not like that. I think Enicia was the studio. The studio might have done a great job visualizing what's out there, but as story-wise, I was not sold. See, the animation gives heavy Nichijou vibe just by looking at it. Oh, you've watched Nichijou? Then I recommend you see the animation because it's made by the same creators actually, Dawn. And it has the exact same vibe, so I can recommend it to you if you enjoyed Nichijou, of course. That's why it's good. Yeah, City. The Lincoln was not your type. I liked the red-haired friend of his much more, because he had personality. The rest of them were kind of like bland for me. So I did like one of the delinquent, but he wasn't a main character, and I knew his time will be limited in this anime, and I wouldn't watch anime only for one side character. Actually, I kind of did that many times before, but now I don't have time for it anymore. Takopi got elevated by anime creators, even that story wasn't that good. Well, it's great then. Unfortunately, I cannot judge that because like I did not watch it. Apothecary Diaries, once again, didn't watch season 2. Summer Hikaru died. My issue with it is, and that's sad because like the creator of the Summer Hikaru died wanted to focus on the drama aspect, but because they took so much time, they put so much focus on these elements of like romantic feelings. People only saw this story as haha, monster fucker, romance, gay. And you know, it's all down to haha, monster fucker, gay. And I think it's the issue with the author actually. Like, if they wanted to portray it a different way, if they wanted to focus on drama of this internal homophobia and all of that, that would be a fantastic story. But unfortunately, because the story focuses too much on elements that weren't supposed to be that important, it lost me. It lost me personally. I'm voting for Orb because honestly, Poland represents. And genuinely, I enjoyed Orb. I still cannot comprehend the last episode, but I feel like, oh my god. Man. Novak's character carried this show. My god, the scene at church. Holy shit. Oh, the talking prison cell. My god. It still lives rent-free in my head. So my vote is for Orb. It probably didn't got nominated anywhere else, so you know, let's take this one. Let's take this one win, okay? give me that. Okay, we're going to get halfway there soon. Best isekai anime. Okay. Oh my god, this is disaster, guys. I'm looking at this. This is. And Rafał, yes, Rafał, of course. Rafał and Novak, the strongest characters. Campfire Cooking, in another word, with my Absurd Skill 2 sequel. I did not watch first or second one. I do know a lot of people enjoy that for some reason. I did not watch it though. Disney Twisted Wonderland. What's up? That's insane that this one is here. Disney Twisted Wonderland is unfortunately a kind of anime that's technically it should be made for girls, you know, to thirst over handsome guys. But I feel like it's written in a way kids anime is written usually. Like, you know, it's like, you know, whimsical, teehee, funny moments happen. Something like random bullshit appearing. They're also it's weird. It's a weird experience. I've watched like 2 episodes and I was like, I cannot watch that. Oh, my favorite anime are here. Are you talking about Zenshu, of course? But ReZero and Zenshu, but for real, Villainous here is the best of them all. From Bureaucrat to Villainous, that's been reincarnated. This anime was mid, let's not lie to ourselves. There was like this 1 or 2 episodes that were fun. But unfortunately, the concept got dry pretty quickly and lost me the further we went with the episodes. But, you know, it wasn't... I enjoyed the main character, I gotta say this much, which is a rarity when it comes to isekai, so I can appreciate this anime that much. We have... This year was so bad, apparently, or other isekais were so bad that I decided to squeeze in Konosuba OVA that had like, what, 2 extra episodes. Fair enough, those 2 episodes were better than the entire 3rd season of Konosuba, I'll admit. My spaghetti is ready. Bye bye. Have a nice meal, Cincy. So yeah, that's a bad sign. And then we have ReZero, which I don't watch. So I'm not voting for that. And we have Zenshu, which was absolutely awful. This was terrible. The characters, they couldn't be any more unlikable than they were. It was awful. Awful, I'm saying. Where is Clevates is not isekai. Clevates is not isekai. That's why it's not here. Clevates could be in best fantasy though. I hope it's not, but now you mention it, I have a feeling that it will make an appearance and I'm terrified of that. Out of lack of better choice, I'm voting for this one. Because, like, you know, I said Konosuba 2 episodes of OVA or 3 was better than the entire 3rd season. It's still OVA only. It's very unfair to vote for that, so. Clevates ain't no isekai. ReZero worst season. In 1st season, Echidna shows up. Could be good this time. The only character that can save us all in ReZero, Echidna. Best action anime. We have Down the Dance Season 2, Gachiakuta, Kaiju Hachiku, Hero Academia Final Season, One Piece, and Solo Leveling Season 2. They really do squeeze in One Piece everywhere they can. So definitely not Solo Leveling because I did not watch it. Which nomination is that? 5th one? 5th one already, right? 5th one for Solo Leveling. Kaiju Hachigo. I'm fucking mad at them. I love manga. I still love manga because, like, you know, when I was looking at my shelf of manga, I looked at Kaiju. It's like, should I sell it? But then again, I was like, no, wait. Manga is the only good medium of this story, and I actually love the characters. I cannot sell it. It's just the anime made me feel like it's shit. But no, it's only anime that has the issue, so we're not voting for Kaiju. And then season 2, it was fun, but I don't think. I feel like season 1 had more impact than season 2 for me. Sorry, I sneezed. Then we have My Hero Academia Final Season, which I didn't watch, I didn't care, I don't... whatever. Then we have... I feel like I want to vote between Gachiakuta and One Piece. While in Gachiakuta I feel like some of the fights were so uneven, but then there were fights that were so epic. But then again, in One Piece, Egghead Island had probably the best action animated sequences that I've seen for such a long time. Oh, I I think my heart wants to vote for One Piece simply because like Garp's fight with Aikeji. Like I want to vote simply for that. Thank you guys. I'm weak, guys. Because in Gatsuyakuta there were fights that were like, I was like, ooh, that's I'm vibing with that. But then there were other fights that I was like, can we finish it already? It's like, can we move on to the next fight, please? Because this one not really vibing with it. In Dandadan, I don't feel like there were like fights that made me excited in this season. I preferred things that happened in between the fights personally. Garp is winning this alone, exactly. Garp and Kobe, absolute. And technically, from perspective of other people, those were probably not the best fights even. But for me, mwah, voting for One Piece. If it was Wano, I would probably vote for like Gatsuyakuta maybe. But yeah, for it just so happened that Garp is in there. There's no real contender, yeah. Best comedy, we have Witch Watch, absolutely not. Witch Watch was terrible. There was like 1 or 2 episodes that were actually funny, the rest, no, not so much. Spy Family is less of a comedy and more of like comedic slice of life at this point. It would be more of a comedy if we focus more on Anya. I mean, okay, it's still a comedy, what am I talking about? It's just like, I didn't watch it anyways. Ranma, did not watch it. I've seen old Ranma, so I know more or less how it is, and Ranma is pretty repetitive with its comedy. My Dress Up Darling, it's more of a romance than comedy, so no thank you. I've seen some of the scenes, and apparently the funniest scene was that she thought Gojo was buying condoms, and I wasn't really... that didn't make me laugh. Dandadan, there were a few fun comic moments in Dandadan, but once again, Dandadan is more of an action. I'm taking City. Easy choice. Yeah. City was genuinely the best comedy of the year, probably. I love the humor that it brought, so... I loved it. Loved it, absolutely. Best romance. Blue Box, Dandadan Season 2. Honey Lemon Soda, I did not watch this one. My Dress Up Darling Season 2, Ranma Season 2, and Fragrant Flower Blooms with Dignity. Because I only watched Dandadan, I'm going to vote for Dandadan. I'm sorry, guys. I know it's not very much of a romance. I mean, genuinely, I consider Dandadan a romance because, like, literally the main plotline is all about romance. Just because it happens like they ended up fighting against aliens and ghosts, it's like one thing, but it's all like being pushed forward by the romance between Momo and Okarun, right? But you see, this year we have a choice at all! But once again, I don't like how repetitive it is. Like, in here we have romance, drama, and slice of life, and we have 90% is the same. Well, 90%, I'm lying. It's like 3 out of 6 are the same things. I don't like that. So I'm going to vote for Dandadan. That was a fast one. Alien Girl, strong contender. Which alien girl? My god, I don't know what you're talking about. I think next year romance will have quite a lot of... Oh! It will go crazy. Because there are a lot of romances this like starting this year. It's a story about letting Okarun have a chance at romance. Exactly. Exactly. I don't know if you're caught up with Dandadan though. I'm kind of annoyed. A lot of people are annoyed at what's happening. I'm not going to say what's happening, but a lot of people are very annoyed. Best background art. Oh, cool! We have cool. Ooh, you know what? Summer Hikaru died. Great backgrounds, but quite repetitive, and it's like your classical, oh, it's horror, so we're going to a tiny village nearby the forest, so we can have, woo, creepy-esque, woo, some abandoned small buildings and all of that, and it's all looking amazing, but it's kind of like nothing new. Then we have Apothecary Diaries. It's like, bro, it's like either forest or a palace. It's palace all over again. I don't know why it's even nominated for shits and giggles, I guess. Gatsuyakuta, it's all it has its charm. It's all trash, but it has its charm. But I feel like only this one city where the painters were, the graffiti guys were, it's like the one place that I could consider like, oh, this is cool. The other places are quite similar if you think about it, and I'm not vibing with it that much. I mean, stylistically, it works so well for the story, don't get me wrong. It's just, I don't think they were unique enough for me to be like, oh yes, I'm impressed. Dandadan, I don't think Dandadan is that strong when it comes to background art, personally. CTD animation, this surprised me because honestly, the backgrounds are great. This still, once again, fits with the stylistics, but they're extremely simple if you think about it. Unless you're thinking about this huge ass tower. This one, every level was very unique, but I'm going to vote for Kowloon. I really like the vibe. I think it was like one of the strongest elements of this story. The environment, and also the entire story was around this environment, around the culture, around the vibe of this district, or however you can call it. I think this was like a significant part of the story, to the point that I want to appreciate it by voting on it. Nah, but I saw Reddit, so you know what's happening. Yeah, I'm not so happy about that. So yeah, I'm voting for Kowloon because I really appreciate it. It's like something was lacking with Kowloon overall. It wasn't in the romance even. That's sad. I actually enjoyed it. I liked it. I feel like something was missing for me to like it more. I really wanted to like the story more, but something was missing. But still, overall, I think Kowloon was pretty great. Sadly, it's about anime. To be hero and Lord of Mysteries would be cool here. That is very much true, but it's about anime, you've seen, and not some stupid Chinese cartoons. Best director is Shinya Ino. I cannot say anything. Ryohei Takeshita. I would say pretty good direction. Hero Academia once again. Fumihiko Suganuma. I had some issues with Gachi Yakuta when it comes to directing. Like, there were some moments that I didn't really like that much, and I felt like they were like off-putting in a way that's like, you enjoy one episode and then you have another episode and you're like, not very much into it. Fuka Yamashita and Abel Gongora. Whoa, Abel Gongora. Well, that's also good directing. And then we have, this is hard. Oh no. Hi Portion, hello. Honestly, like, when it comes to directing, wait, can I unclick? I wanted to check like best director in here info. Here we celebrate how a great anime and a great director are almost inseparable. On central importance, director works behind the scenes, conveying their vision to animators, making critical decisions and managing the creative aspects of production. The result, an approach that is uniquely theirs. Takopi, your vote. I cannot really vote for Takopi because I did not watch that. I'll give it to Ryohei Takeshita. Hello, Jordan. Hi. The copy is really elevated. I mean, I wouldn't be mad if that copy won, but once again, I didn't see much. You know, like from the scenes. I've seen some of the scenes, and those scenes that I've seen, there weren't really anything special when it comes to directing, unfortunately, so I cannot judge that. Although, Dandadan, there was some cool stuff in Dandadan. And you know what? I'm going to give Dandadan this one because the concert sequence and the compositors fight were epic, so I'm going to give it to them. Best background. Wait, no, because it's fucking moving me back. I mean, not back, moving me forward, but best character design. Apothecary Diaries, Dress Up Darling, Gachiakuta, Takopi's Original Scene, One Piece, and Dandadan. I think it's Gachiakuta in here. I mean, Takopi, those are just like skinny children. One Piece, we've seen those characters before, and honestly, I'm not that much of a fan of the clothes they wore on Egghead, so no thank you. My Dress Up Darling, very nice cosplays, but I don't know, I'm not... Yeah, it's just, you know, I've seen them already in the first season. Apothecary Diaries, all those characters look somehow similar to me, unfortunately. Dandadan, what we had in the previous season, the only thing is like Evil Eye that was new, so not so much to be impressed about. Gachiakuta. It has to win, right? It has an amazing, and as much as like I have mixed feelings about Kei Urana. I mean, I feel like Kei Urana has not been should not interact too much on the internet. Unfortunately, they keep on doing that, which is not always good. But I cannot take away their skill to design characters. That's absolutely fun, freaking tastic. Gachiakuta. No brainer. No brainer. There's no competition. If something else wins, I'll be surprised. 6th Solo Leveling nomination. Best animation. I have to give it to One Piece. Sorry guys, but Garp is one of my favorite characters, and they gave such an amazing animation to Garp. I cannot vote for anything else. Takopi probably had an amazing animation from what I've seen, even though like director-wise I couldn't talk much about it. The visuals, they match the art style of the artist so well. Hero Academia, I think quality-wise it got a little bit better from what I've seen. Gachiakuta was like mixed because of the 3D freaking animation here and there that I didn't vibe with. Solo Leveling I don't give a single fuck about. Dandadan was great, but it wasn't as great as first season. I feel like One Piece, gotta be One Piece, I'm sorry. I do understand if someone votes for Takopi, I do understand if someone votes for Dandadan. The rest, One Piece is more impressive. You're saying One Piece is more impressive. Okay. And like, I'm not saying that because like I cannot compare, right? But if you're saying that, then well, maybe true. I gotta say they went wild with One Piece. You cannot ignore that part. I still need to watch the newest episode, so I gotta check how it looks. Because I don't know, they usually change directions every single arc, but Egghead was crazy. Takopi was 4 years or so in production. Best original anime. Are you fucking kidding me? Lazarus is here? Lazarus, then this was not Mappa's year. They produced those 2 sloppy anime. Moonrise, oh my god, I forgot to watch it. Oh, I'm sorry, I feel so bad. No one watched this anime. I feel so bad. I wanted to check it and I never ended up watching it. It had no advertisement from Netflix. It came out everything at once. It had long ass episodes. Everything was against people watching this show. We have Digimon Beat Break, Apocalypse Hotel, and Mobile Suit Gundam GQUUUUUUUX. This was slop as well. They lied to me saying this is an original, and yet they connected it to other Gundams, and I didn't understand all the references. I was so fucking pissed off. And the characters were shitty. We're not voting for that one. Apocalypse Hotel for me, watched some clips and was good. You know, because out of all of those, I watched only 3 of them. And those 2 were slop. I mean, I did not finish watching this one, but I watched part of this one, 7 episodes, and then I dropped it. I'm going for Digimon. I think Gekkomon deserves that. Gekkomon for the win, guys. I'm voting for Gekkomon. I'm not voting for Digimon Beat Break. I'm voting for Gekkomon specifically. Thank you. When Moonrise was airing, oh, it was I think it came out in summer all at once. Was it at summer? No, it wasn't at summer. I'm lying to you. Moonrise. It came out all at once. That was the issue. What the fuck? Moonrise came out on Netflix. I was talking about it even on streams. I do remember that. No, it came out in fall. In autumn. As one could call it. In Britain. So yeah, I feel so bad for Moonrise. My god. Best new series. Sakamoto Days. The Summer Hikaru Died. Gachiakuta. Fragrant Flower Blooms with Dignity. Takopi's Original Sin and... This is pure comedy. What the fuck? Are they just throwing darts? It's like, yeah, and here we're putting Clevares? No, thank you. Out of all of this, I did not watch Takopi. I had issues with Summer Hikaru Died. I had personal issues with Fragrant Flower Blooms with Dignity. Sakamoto Days, unfortunately, lacks soul. So I have to vote for Gatsuyakuta. We're not voting for Clevares. Clevares was shit. Clevares was a slop. They wanted me to believe it's going to get good after first episode. That was actually quite enjoyable and intriguing. And then they delivered the biggest of slops ever. Maybe not the biggest of slops because we still had Zenshu and Lazarus. My god! This year of 2025 was awful for anime. I think 2026 is like getting a comeback. Clevares is a choice from Jinwoo, guys. My goodness. Don't want to think about it. Yeah, no, thank you. Sixth? Is it 6th or 7th nomination for Solo Leveling? 6th, I think. Maybe 7th, I don't know. Best continuing series. We have Spy Family, My Hero Academia, Kaiju Hachigo, Solo Leveling, One Piece, and Dandadan. You know what? As I said, Kaiju is a disgrace to manga. Hero Academia, I don't care. Spy Family, honestly, way too long, way too side-storied. Solo Leveling, don't care about it. We have One Piece and Dandadan. And story-wise, I would say Dandadan Season 2 was more engaging for me than One Piece. Story-wise. I mean, there was Kumachi backstory though, but Kumachi backstory was like parts of it all. The other parts, I felt it was undercooked. Like, if it was all about Bartholomew Kuma's backstory, I would choose blindly One Piece. But thinking about like the entire arc that we're basically judging, I think it was a little bit uneven. The entire a thing with my god, I forgot his name. Stella, basically Stella. Let's call him Stella because I forgot his Vegapunk. Jesus Christ! For a moment, my brain froze. The whole thing with Vegapunk didn't really got me that invested. Like, the best part was definitely Bartholomew Kuma and Garp's part of the story as well. Those two parts were amazing. But the rest, which was technically the main line of the story, I'm picking Dandadan. In this one, I'm picking Dandadan. Dandadan, 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 Dandadan. I missed the first opening as well. It's a bit of glasses. Film of the year! Okay, well, in this one we definitely do not have Sanjimu. We have Hyakuemu, which was strange movie. I gotta say, it was a strange movie. I expected something else. I got something. I still cannot comprehend what I've watched, honestly. It was like, you watch it, you're like, the animation kind of, how you call it? My god, I forgot the phrase for this type of animation. Hyakuemu. We have Mononoke, which unfortunately I did not watch. It's chapter 2, so I couldn't watch. Chainsaw Man Reze, which I've watched, and it was, other than final fight being a little bit too long for me, it was wonderful. Scarlet, which I did not watch. I've seen it coming out, but I did not want to watch it. I was not interested in it. Rose of Versailles, which I have not watched either. Unfortunately, I wanted to watch it actually, but I don't know. I don't know if it's out yet anywhere. It probably is, and I forgot about it. And Demon Slayer Infinity Castle, that I couldn't care less about. I feel like I would love to vote for Hyakuemu, but I genuinely enjoyed watching Chainsaw Man more. So from a perspective of just simply enjoying something, I'm going for Chainsaw Man. Because Hyakuemu, I felt like it was lacking an aspect of me getting more invested in the story. Not to mention I mistook two characters all the time and I felt very embarrassed about it. I'm voting for Chainsaw Man. The basic ass choice. I probably Demon Slayer will win. Let's not fool ourselves. And then we have Anime of the Year. And it's... Oh my god! Sanjin is not there! War is over! Oh my god! I've never felt happier in my life. Hyakuem had no direction. I mean, they were running in one direction, you can admit that. Oh, I'm so sorry, that was so dry. We've done the Dance Season 2, Gachiakuta, My Hero Academia Final Season, Takopi's Original Sin, The Apothecary Diaries, and This Summer Hikaru Died. That's such a strange set of anime though. I don't know what to vote for. I feel like... Man, it's such a weird... I feel like if I were in this group of people who watched Takopi's Original Sin and actually enjoyed it, it would probably be no-brainer. But unfortunately, I did not enjoy the manga that much, and I did not watch the anime, so I cannot vote for that. I guess a lot of people would say, oh, Hero Academia, final season, it was so touching because it was final season. I don't care. Apothecary Diaries, it's still good. I don't care, it's second season. Summer Hikaru died, gay, monster fucking, the best thing I've ever seen, not my thing either. 13 entries of Apothecary Diaries this year, insane! It's a sequel! Gachiakuta, it goes in the end between Gachiakuta and Dandadan. And like... it's hard to judge. Because like Gachiakuta was longer. And Dandadan is a sequel. And it's like... I think I'm going to vote for Gachiakuta. For the fight between Zanka and Rudo. That's the first thing. For Jabber. They blessed us with Jabber. Jabber x Zanka forever. My favorite ship. My favorite ship. And also... one of the last fights, I forgot how this guy was called, the old guy. That fight was epic. And Amon backstory. For those four things, I'm going to vote for Gachiakuta. It's not perfect, but those four elements, very important elements, and the art style, you know, the aesthetic, it made me vote for Gachi. I feel like something is missing though. Kamen Rider, that's what it's missing. I don't know, I feel like some anime are missing. Oh, did we really not have anything else? And then we have number one, anime... Wait, that was number one? That was anime of the... Wait. What was previous? Film of the year. Oh, okay. So we got everything. It froze for me. It was like... Oh, okay. Oh, never mind. I didn't vote for it. That was the last one. I'm so stupid. I'm sorry. My brain stopped working. So, well, I guess we have a little bit less of Sanjin Woo this time. Which... Happy blessed, you know. Apothecary Diaries. There's quite a lot of Apothecary Diaries. Which... Okay, I guess. That was me. So, let's see. Anime of the year. Gachiakuta. Film of the year. Chainsaw Man. Best continuing series, Dandadan. Best new series, Gachiakuta. Best original anime, Digimon Beat Break. Genuinely, it's not, like, that good, but I didn't watch anything better than that from this set. Best animation, One Piece, hands down. Best character design, Gachiakuta, hands down. Best director, Fugayama Shiro and Abel Gongora. Best background art, Korun, Generic Romance, the only nomination they got. I respect them. Best romance, Dandadan, because I didn't watch anything else fully. Best comedy, CTD animation, hands down. Best action, One Piece, for action sequences. Best isekai anime. Well, that's been reincarnated. Best drama, Orb, Poland represents. And best slice of life, CTD animation. Best main character, Rudo. Best supporting character, Turbo Baba. Must protect at all costs, Suika. I barely know her, but I want to protect her. Best anime song, Iris Out. Best score, Chainsaw Man, once again. Best opening sequence, Hugs. Best ending sequence, Dukashiteru. Best voice artist performance, Japanese, Chiaki Kobayashi. And best voice artist performance, English, Paul Castro Jr. That's it. That's my votes. I don't know what you think about them. I think they're pretty great. They're pretty good. I feel like in some nominations there were things lacking. I still cannot believe they didn't give Jabra an award for like the nomination for voice acting. This is absolutely insane that it didn't happen. But overall, you said it's better. Is it better? Slightly. I still wish there was a little bit more variety, but let's say it's a step towards a better change. A small step, like a minimalistic step towards a better change. And perfect, I have to go to work. Hell yeah! You see my timing, immaculate. Thank you so much for joining me today. Hope you enjoyed yourself. I hope you managed to vote for what you believe is the best choice for you. Obviously my choices are better, but you know, you cannot do anything else about that. You know, you cannot be me, I guess. Tomorrow I'm on I'm on a convention at Digital Meet and Greet, so I'm not there on Sunday morning. Cozy Sunday mornings, guys, 10 a.m. for Central European summertime. We will be playing Fields of Mystria, continuing my gameplay, so if you want to join there, then this is the last time you will see me this week. Thank you so much once again, and have a nice weekend. Bye!